Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for education and technology. So in the last video, I shared that I'm using the Isochain for the ancient traditional Chinese martial arts or ancient Wing Chun training. And I have received many messages from our Wing Chun friends and traditional Chinese martial art friends ask me to elaborate more. Okay, so Isochain is a top of the line device today for isometric training. It has many mode and many capability in this Isochain device. It can track your maximum strength, your average strength, and you can set a load there, see how long you can sustain that load, or you can set a load as a level so that you can keep workout on top of that load. So this is a good device, okay? Now, I use this device as a feedback tools and also a training tools. So what is a feedback tools? Well, if we using today's sports science language to present what is the teaching of the ancient Wing Chun or ancient Shaolin sword strike, as I mentioned in my book, Restricting Wing Chun, we have to deal with the neuromuscular proficiency, meaning the muscle and neural connectivity and the synergy of the entire body. Okay? And we always need to prime up the body so that we use proper parts of our body, or we train different parts of neuromuscular connection or synergy for doing certain things. Now, in the ancient Wing Chun or Shaolin sword strike, same, you need those type of neuromuscular proficiency for handling different type of task. Okay, so Isochain, because it can show you that if you work on top of a certain load you set, say if I set a 10 pound and always I have to work above 10 pounds, when you work above 10 pounds, it always give you a beep. If you do not have the loading of 10 pounds in your task or workout, then you don't have the beep. With that, we can do two things. One is we can actually check our blind spot on every task or every movement. Say if I set a load, and if I'm doing the task properly, I can generate the strength for that load I'm setting. You hear the beep. The minute I cannot sustain that, you see, you don't hear the beep. Now, you see, so I be able to use this to actually check my blind spot of my body of handling strength. Or I can check my neuromuscular connectivity. If there's some disconnect or there's some no synergy there, then I know, because it's not going to generate that force. So I don't hear the beep. Now, If I brute force it, for sure, I will feel my body is really awkward. So the first thing is, with this Isochain, I can check at every movement my neuromuscular proficiency or handling, or the handling of my 7 balls. And so I will be able to correct my blind spot. If I brute force certain thing and only use, say, the hip or so forth, I will know it. And also, this one, with the Isochain, I be able to guarantee my body is operate properly. Like I have even force flow in my 7 balls and so forth. So that is the first part of using this Isochain, the advantage of it. Okay. Now, Wing Chun talk about sense other people's, the opponent's strength or power. Well, because I have a I have a feedback device, which is feedback on what I'm doing of my entire body. I will be aware of my body the more I train with it. And only that way I can sense my opponent. Right? Okay, so that's the first thing. I can know my body. I can know that whether that's properly executed or not. I know my neuromuscular proficiency. If I don't have it, I better correct it now. The second thing is build up the strength. I can raise up my loading, like from 10 pounds, 20, 30, 40, 50. I can see that thing that I actually improve my strength the more I train with it. Well, why is this important? Because in the real life combat, you need muscular endurance. And the person who be able to take the same load, say 50 pounds for 10 minutes, and the guy who can only take it for 30 seconds, there's a big difference. Why? When you get close range, short strike, you're going to struggle. Can you handle that? Do you have the muscular endurance to handle that? Look at all today's MMA. When you get close in the grappling range, don't you have to have all this strength? So you need to develop that. Okay? So there are two things here. Using this, we can develop the strength or the body of the ancient Wing Chun or ancient Shaolin sword strike. Much better now because we have a feedback machine. We know whether we do the job properly, do we have a blind spot. If we keep in continuous play with it and learn about our body, learn about the neuromuscular connectivity, how do we use our 7 balls, how much strength can we exert, how long can we exert. That is what prepare one for the combat. And of course, how long one can exert the force, sustain the load, got to do with your cardiovascular endurance and your muscular endurance. So this is what you need in real life. The body is conditioned that way. Without this, talking theory, playing sets, call this Qigong and that, it doesn't mean a thing. Also, it doesn't mean a thing who's my sifu or all that stuff. This is the standard reference. Like I say that in cardiovascular, the watch, the sport fitness watch, track your heart rate variability is the standard reference. This Isochain is the standard reference in the handling of the body, neuromuscular proficiency, and your muscular endurance. Okay? So, let's now talk about those snake engine. This Mei, Zhuang, this white crane, all sorts of these sets, that techniques. Or somebody talk about detach. How are you going to detach when your opponent have this type of capability to move very small in the very small motion, be able to sense you? It is not about detach, it's about attach. Have you ever seen a snake detach his head from his body? So this is snake body. The body has to be moved and exert the force at any time it needed, continuously. That is snake body. And also the breathing have to support that. That is the real deal snake engine of Wing Chun 1850. Okay? So, today I share with you of the Isochain, and with the sport watch like Garmin, Polar, Chorus. We know how good is one's handling on the cardio, meaning how good is your Qigong. You want to Fa Jing? How good can you handle in different direction? It's obviously it's no longer those Fa Jing in a certain demo. And the grappler get into you, you got taken down. So you need to have a body, be able to going down, be able to resist, be able to play up and down, different level, different angles, different range. So that's why we need this device now. And with this scientific device, like the watch and the Isochain device, one know, does one really develop the Kung Fu? One know, do one really know what is going on? See, until today, people simply talk about, the yin and the yang and all sort of stuff. Well, if you want to talk about yin and yang without knowing what exactly it is, like you said, yin and yang and snake engine, it's just this. So we want to realistically realize what it is, so everybody be able to develop the Kung Fu. Or else it is nonsense. It is selling snake oil. If I cannot even do this, and I don't have a scientific tools to show you that you can get the same thing. Am I selling a religion or what? So that's why all of this is mentioned in the restricting Wing Chun. And this Isochain is shown also in the restricting Wing Chun among with other tools. So this is for you today. It is 2020. There's no room for saying something in philosophy, but one really don't know what it is.